Hiya. It's me. I gonna do a video. I've set up this really cool thing. It's Patreon, and with Patreon, you join up and you can get extra videos. And there's like a question and answer session you can join as well, which happens every couple of weeks. And 2 healing groups. I mean that they're booked up, but and the question and answer session is booked up, but you can join if you want to have extra videos. But the question and answer session, there was a couple of that I wanted to sort of share and tell you what happened, because some of it was quite cool and helpful. So the cool thing was someone, I can't remember the lady who asked me, please forgive me. She asked that there's this Aboriginal ceremony on the 21st of December, and there was, there's good information, bad information about it, and could I look in and see what is taking place on the 21st of December? And so what I saw was that the Aborigines, they know that this reality is run on a holographic system. Now, how this reality is run on a holographic system, because it goes in line with the work that I do, is that when we go through trauma, our consciousness splits and it gets placed in we create a belief every time we go through trauma. And trauma doesn't have to be big, it can be very, very small. It can have a very, very, from looking in, doesn't look like trauma at all, but to a child it's very traumatic. And when trauma occurs, the reason a belief is created. There's no trauma without a belief. Yeah. So the reason trauma occurs is because of a belief is there, created from it, and a perception. And basically what the Matrix does is they try to lock us more into that perception that we had as a child. And they place more of our consciousness, the split consciousness, and place it into holographic rooms. Those holographic rooms try to keep that consciousness in that perception as much as possible. It's just a running thing that runs all the time. And these billions, millions of rooms or billions, I don't know, in the Matrix. So, yeah. So when I went, the Aborigines know this. They know that this reality is, it's a holographic reality. It's not true reality, due to what the Matrix have done and implemented. And so when I went there, the 21st of December was the release of female consciousness. It's a symbolic ceremony that I could gather, and that the Aborigines are doing for the end of basically the Matrix and the control and manipulation and abuse of what they've done to us, and the rise of the female energy, and the empowerment, and we take back our reality, where we create our reality from our own consciousness and not be programmed from outside in or by holograms. Woohoo! So they know this. These Aborigines consciousness know this, and they're doing a ceremony of the release of the female energy on the 21st of December. Now, when I went in, the energies was horrendous. Like the Matrix, or what's left of the Matrix, is really attacking this ceremony. So what I could gather from the lady that was telling me that they're asking people to focus in on this ceremony on the 21st of December. Now, when I was talking to the Aboriginal consciousness, they said that it doesn't matter. And in my eyes, it doesn't matter. The release of the fall of the Matrix is happening. It will happen, and will be completed, and there will be no more Matrix. And the rise of the female consciousness is already taking place. This is like symbolic. What the ceremony they're doing is symbolic, because when people focus, when I went in and focused on what was going on with the Matrix and what was going to, happen at the ceremony and stuff like that, when I went and investigated, even for me, the energies knocked me a bit, and I deal with Matrix energies all the time. So people need to be aware of this, that basically they'll be connecting to Matrix energies, because they're basically, the Matrix is attacking this ceremony so much. So I don't know what you do about that, but in my perception, in my understanding it doesn't matter about this ceremony, the matrix is falling anyway, you know, so it's fine. And maybe the I'm just worried that when people focus in, they're gonna get really attacked by these matrix energies, and that's a lot. You know, I've had a lot of people come to me, you know, where they get really screwed up by these global mass meditations. They are attacked. So you're going into energies that not necessarily going to benefit you individually. They fuck up your individual reality, your energy systems, your consciousness, and then you're living in shit. And we just need to really focus on our own individual consciousness and take responsibility for that. You know, I never partake in mass meditations. I just don't feel the need. I don't feel that it's concentrate on yourselves, on your individual selves. That's all we need to do. That's what I believe anyway. But do what you think's right. But you know, just warning you that this 21st of December, it's the ceremony itself is bloody amazing, and it was lovely to connect with the Aborigines and see that they understood the matrix and that it's a hologram reality, but it's being attacked. This ceremony is being attacked big time, and maybe if, you know, this information gets out, I'm sure they're aware, but it's that these matrix energies need to be cleared before people start meditating on it, because they're just going to come crashing into synthetic energies. So just make you aware. So that was one of the things that was talked about at the Q&A, and I'll do another video on other stuff. If we go on the lines of Australia, actually, if I stay on that theme in this video, what came up was the mask wearing. Someone was talking about the masks, and now what I saw, that there were potentially going to be uproar in Australia because there will be 2 deaths, 2 children dying of mask wearing because of the masks. That would be and there'll be a lot of flare up, so that needs to be yeah, people need to educate themselves on the mask wearing. What else? The mask wearing in itself, March seemed to all be lifted, that the government would basically lose their power, that underneath I can't remember now, but there was like reptilian energy underneath certain parts, Ayers Rock and stuff like that, which had a big link to the Parliament in Australia. All that energy would leave. They would literally have to leave Earth, couldn't stay here. People, I just saw people just taking off their mask. Now, what I also saw in Australia, which was quite cool, like inland, people are just not giving a shit about the masks. And it's all laid back, and it seemed to be all just like the coastlines and stuff like that, where people are taking more of a, you know, more programmed, I suppose. But all that will just go, and people will just like come out of this state of why are we doing this? So yeah, there's a lot of light to be in the future. There was a lovely lady. She had to send her kids to school with masks. The school was like, this is in Australia, mask, and bless her, she didn't want to send her kids to school because she's educated herself about masks and how dangerous they are. So she got off all this evidence, and she really expected a battle. For 3 kids, and that she sent the first letter in with information and everything like that, and the school were like, yeah, fine, they don't have to wear masks. That battle was won. It didn't take a lot, and that's what I see with this you know, all the stuff that they're putting up. It's not strong at all, and it's the last line of their defense, and it's flimsy. Okay, just to let you aware of that. Okay, thanks for listening. You take care. Bye.